Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And it literally is shortcuts for your soul if you come in here. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium. And today I have with me the energy of Yeshua. Some call him Jesus. He's been known by other names. But he came to me this morning and filled my heart with this love. And he said to me, the student can abandon the master, but the master will never abandon the student. And that so overwhelmed me when I first heard it. And I asked him what exactly he meant by that. He said, well, not just master teachers, like if you're following a guru or you're, a mother or a father or God or another deity, that you that follow can abandon what you follow, but those that you give the opportunity to be in charge of you, God, Jesus, Buddha, whomever you follow, the master will never abandon you. They will always be keeping a watchful eye on you, a loving eye, not a judgmental eye. A lot of people assume, because of what has been conditioned into human collective unconsciousness about what God is, many of you have assumed then that God must be looking at you with some sort of disconsternation. And nothing can be further from the truth. That which loves you eternally. Love is not a temporary event. It's an eternal function of life. That is what life is, an eternal function of love. And even though you may abandon morality, and you may abandon righteousness, and you may abandon goodness, you shall not be abandoned. Your love shall be within you, ready to be brought back to the front. So I felt this overwhelming love from him, from God, and from all the other masters and beings that recognize that so many of us on this planet are still in the very basic stages of learning what love is, what life is, creating an understanding, learning to have compassion for ourselves and for other people. He said what he wanted to accomplish today is to give you the consideration that you can be open and receptive to that love from that which you follow. And you shall know if the love is true or false. For that which is true cannot be false, and that which is false cannot be true. In other words, in spite of what you may be told about God, or that which you follow, which is good and righteous, it will never view you in any other way or through any other eye than love. You will always be seen by your Creator, by your Master, through the eyes of love. There's the story that children are raised with about Santa Claus and how you better watch out, you better not shout. It's supposed to represent another perspective of God. God will never look upon you through any other eye than love. Even when you think you are doing or being the worst you are, if you can for but one moment consider that even though you cannot see it or hear it or smell it or touch it or taste it, that God is present with you. And yes, I will. And the most obvious way to know that something loves you is because you are alive. By the very nature of being alive, being conscious you're alive, having a heart that beats, you are loved. You do not beat your heart. You do not digest your food. But something is doing that for you unconditionally, irrespective of what you put into your bodies. This love is so strong that it will accept whatever you give it and do the best it can to repurpose it to love's function, to life's function. So that even when you abuse your body, even when you know it's wrong to do the things you are doing, to think the things you are thinking, it will still love you. It will still digest your food and circulate your blood and beat your heart. And your suffering is the only way in which it will communicate to you, give you the opportunity to change what you are doing, to whether or not you are in alignment with the Master. And many of you think that this position of Master puts you in a position of subservience. Quite the opposite is true, for it's surrendered to you as you are surrendered to it. It gives you authority to do good, to do not so good. You have that freedom of authority at all times. Now, this love is truly never ending. Even if you should choose to not be in this world, you cannot escape love. But it's easier to realize love when you are in the world than when you are not. Your body gives you the unique perspective that's different than what you are. You can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can touch, you can taste. But you can also be aware that you are doing these things. A contrasting position giving you the opportunity to consider where you come from. How is it you can have a body that you can operate, that this is something that you can direct and organize and orchestrate? And from where come your thoughts? If I were to ask you to close your eyes for but a few moments, if I were to ask you to feel the heart that beats in your chest, to consider the possibility that the beating heart in your chest is orchestrated, sustained, and maintained by something that loves you exquisitely, and that the mere rhythm of your heart is the words, I am, I love, that those are the words of your heart. I am, I love. And that love, that I am is in you right now. And if for a few moments every day you can pause and be present with that which beats your heart, to consider that you do not beat your heart. No doctor beats your heart. No priest, no minister, no rabbi. Neither your mother nor your father of this world beat your heart, but something does that for you. Would it not then be beneficial for you? Would it possibly open up a new consideration for your life? To evaluate, to connect to, what does this for you? What is beating your heart for you? And your sciences in their realm of cause and effect will evaluate the nerve impulses that are emanating from the central part of your biological system called the brain, but will not be able to go much further than realizing, well, something is causing that spark in the brain that causes the heart to beat. But what is causing the spark in the brain? And I would say to you, it is a love never ending. Within you right now, there is a love never ending. Whether by flesh or by spirit, you can never be without that love. Even in your perceived wrongs, that love is still within you, non-judgmentally offering you what it offers to all equally and freely. And the only mechanism for transformation and change is in your own experience. It will let you do anything, good or not so good. And only the experience that you create by your actions will be the only force that will direct you further away or closer to that love. That is the only mechanism. Your free will is the only mechanism through which you can move closer to or further from that never-ending love, but you can never abandon that love, nor that love will never abandon you. It is in your chest. I am. It is in your chest beating right now. The mere act of considering the possibility that love and life are synonymous, and that life and that love within your beating heart are the same, and that when you give it attention, you might want to consider that as adoration, to adore the life, the love that is within you. What would happen if you adored love? What if you let love be that which you adore and surrender your fear? What would happen? What will happen? If for about a few moments each day you go to that place and say, you are beating my heart, something within me is doing this for me. For if your heart were not beating, you would not be in the body hearing these words being spoken at this time. You would be in a very different realm of experience, somewhat different than this. To realize that love here and now, there will be a great transformation and change. Even in your darkest hour, if you can pause and realize that love in me is with me now. Even in your darkest hour, if you can turn your attention to your beating heart and remember that love resides within you right now, right here. To experience that and understand that you can abandon God, you can abandon morality, you can abandon your life, but life will never abandon you. Love will never abandon you. Although the costumes may change as it has for so many of you, you change from one lifetime to another as you strive to get back to that place that you so desperately believe you are away from. Yet it is here with you now. In the simple act of your beating heart, you may commune, if but for a moment, with the love that is within you now, not in the food or the drink or the people, but within you. It is within you right now in your beating heart. Contemplate its presence within you. Many of you have been told to go to the synagogues and the churches and find God there. And I say to you, no, it is within you right now. It is nowhere to look but within. And even the consideration that love is within you, even that consideration that love is within you, here and now. Even the consideration of that thought will begin to create a change in your presence of mind. in what can happen for you, to consider no matter where you are in the spectrum of your life, good or not so good, if you pause and consider that love is within me. It is the life within my body that lets me be here. And it is your free will that allows you to experience the conditions you are experiencing, what you think, what you believe, what you say, what you do and do not. The exercise of your will precipitates many of the conditions that you find yourself and will change many of the conditions in which you find yourself. The altering of thought, of idea, of action, of word. You are given a canvas and your will is the brush. How will you use the brush upon the canvas of your life? You may paint with any color, any word, any thought, any deed. And your life is the color painted by your will, what you give attention to in your mind. And irrespective of how difficult your situation may be or may not be, in any moment, that love is within you, awaiting your recognition of it, that you will awaken in love. The servant, the student may abandon the master, but the master will never abandon the student or the servant. And the master will one day say, when the servant and student have, having great joy and love, demonstrated that they are as the master, that you are love. Not that it is something to get, that you have to acquire, that it is something for you to become. And that the moment you realize, I am that I am. I am that I am. That love that I have been told to adore, that God I've been told to adore. I am that I am. In that moment, in the function and acceptance of love comes the revelation of love and what love would cause you to say and do and be. And in that moment where you do so, even now, you turn to your beating heart and recognize that the master is within you. In the beating of your heart, I am with you. The functions of love are very precise in the way in which words will be spoken, in the ways in which actions will be taken, both towards yourself and to the world around you. You are not ever demanded to become love. It is never demanded of you. That would subvert the conception of free will. As free will allows you to suffer or prosper, according to thy will it shall be done. But the love of life will always remain with you in what you say, in what you do, in what you do not and do not say. The effects of your will and its use are the remuneration you get for its use. The effects of your will are the remuneration, that which is good or not so good. The anger, the frustration, the pain that you harbor in your heart. By will of your harboring them in your heart, you will reap the reward of them. But at any moment, you may surrender your anger, your fear, your judgment, your guilt, your shame. You may surrender them for love. And even if you do not, and you choose to go through many lifetimes of suffering and difficulty because you wish to use your will incorrectly, love will never abandon you. Your God will never abandon you. Life will never abandon you, even though you may abandon it. You cannot escape it. This is the first and most important covenant. Return to love. In thoughts, in words, in deeds. This is the most important covenant. Return to love in thoughts, in words, in deeds. It is not a demand, but if you wish to understand and know of what I speak, then that is the way. Love is the way to return. You cannot abandon life. Even though you may think you can have the illusion of doing so by divesting yourself of the body, you will not divest yourself of life, as the body is just an instrument that affords you the opportunity to experience life, that you might understand it, learn about the process of creation, which is what you are here to learn, to understand. You were made in the image and likeness of love, of the Creator, made in its image and likeness. Then what good would it be if you did not have an arena in where you can learn the actions of creation, to begin to emulate that divinity, that creative intelligence, to do so even in making errors and learning by them. But you are here for that purpose. You were given that body to learn, to emulate, and become the Creator. Is what you are by nature, by use of your will. Your use of it, or your incorrect use of it, will result in change and experience for you that will never let you escape the process of creation, although you can delay its fulfillment by your will, as nothing in your life is imposed upon you by God. It is imposed upon you by the will of yourself or the will of others. You were all given free will, the rich and the poor, the sick and the healthy. You were all given free will to use and to abuse or misuse. And in that you are all equal, although some of you are more effective in the act of creation, the use of your will. But eventually you will return to the realization that I and many others have returned to. You are love. The functions of love are very different than the functions of fear. Fear is the distance you place between yourself and love. Fear is the distance that you place between yourself and love. And yet in any moment you may return to this beating heart. Be present with it and know that this is love inside you, saying, I am here. I am with you. I am. That you may return there and remember, if only for a brief moment, that love is not something to be discovered in the world, but realized within you. And then the actions that you would use as a function of your will because of the realization of that love will be very different, perhaps, than some of the others. You have heard many things about what God is, what the masters are. You've heard many things about them, and they're individuals in their own sphere of influence of consciousness, differing in degree, wisdom, knowledge, which is what appears to give you the understanding that one is more or less than another. But your journey is very intimate and unique, and it is to be cherished. Now, I personally want to say, I hope that you experience in whatever way and fashion you can today what he's been transmitting. When he came to me this morning and said that to me, when he said you can abandon the master, but you can never, the master will never abandon you. God will never abandon you. That which you adore in spirit the most will never abandon you. That really moved me. And it happens quite often like this before shortcuts, where they come and they have a communication with me about what needs to be spoken today. So I hope in whatever way you can that you get to feel that love that is within you right now, no matter what your circumstances and situation are. If you can connect to the realization of that love within you, it can work. If you allow that love into your life, it can work wonders in your life, that you eventually realize that there are miracles, are just natural phenomena of a connection to love within you. And I hope that in whatever way that you've received that today, you have received that, no matter what your position, your situations, your circumstances, socially, economically, financially, personally. Pause and remember that inside your body, there's an intelligence beating your heart, digesting your food, circulating your blood with such precision that every scientist envies the wonder of the body, how it can organize and orchestrate chemistry and biology, and that you have authority over that. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Master. Appreciate that. We'll take a couple of questions today, as I want to get some things accomplished. Yes, here we go. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm just going to scroll up and see if I've missed any questions. Hello, YouTube. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Facebook. Good to see you guys today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, JJ, I will be getting to you today. I haven't seen this. I've been catching up on things here. Thank you so much. Any message for me from Master Lord Yeshua, Mother Mary, or any ascended masters? Matiko. Well, I think you just got it. If you were listening and paying attention, then the message was delivered. You're very welcome, Kelly. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wendy. I'm glad you feel that love. That's a really powerful place to be. When I first heard those words, that you can abandon the master, but the master will never abandon you. And I was just so taken aback by it. I was like, wow. And then he started talking to me. What he said to you, he said to me, basically, that when you find yourself in a difficult place in mind, to stop and pause and feel and remember, I am within you. God is within you. The Creator is within you, beating your heart, digesting your food, circulating our blood. It's really amazing. Thank you, Bogumila. Hi. Comment filtering going on TikTok. Well, that's good. So they've got something that does that. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through questions. Will my brain continue to heal from my illness last year? Yes. I'm being told to tell you this. You want to take your hands regularly. You want to take your hands as many times in a day as you need to. Just put your hands gently around your head and allow yourself to feel the space that your physical brain occupies. And to that space, communicate this thought to every molecule in the space of the brain. Like whatever molecules make up the brain, just say to it, thank you for all the good that you do for me in my life. Communicate that to the physical brain. Thank you for all the good that you do in my life. And really sincerely mean those words when you think or speak them, because your word is powerful. The word becomes flesh, right? It's really true. But sending you much healing. I'm asking Archangel Raphael to help you with that. Thank you. Loves the way. Everybody knows they assaulted my everything when they stole my right of choice. How to change then? Again, you have to let go of your anger. You speak of love being the way, and yet your comments is of carries the pain and the bitterness and the resentment that you still harbor in your heart. And I would gently say to you, forgive them. I do not mean forgive them in the sense that you should abolish them for the wrong that they have done, but that you not carry the anger. You let go of your anger, your judgment, your rage, and then the change that you know is possible shall come to pass. If you hold on to the anger and the resentment you have towards these ones, then love is not the way. You are on the way of anger and resentment. Surrender your anger, your resentment, your judgment towards them, and then you will find that love will open the way. Make the decision to embrace love in your life. Do as I suggested. Move your hand into the heart. And remember, I am within you. Remember, love is within you now. It's not in what others say or do. It is within you. Wow. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Hi, Christy's asking, was in Poland for the last several weeks and have been feeling fears that I cannot explain because I am quite safe. Is it possible that I am tapping into something karmic? If I tune into that, Bo, it's funny that you'd say you're feeling quite safe and yet you're feeling a little uncomfortable. Because to a confused mind, organized thinking can be scary. Think about that. To a confused mind, organized thinking can be scary. There's nothing wrong with you or where you are. You are simply getting connected to a level of love that's now being born in Poland through the love and the devotion to the divine that is happening in that part of the world right now. The love and the devotion to the divine that's happening in that part of the world right now can unnerve our limitations. Whenever people bring God's love forward, then those that are not in love will be threatened by that love. Those who do not live in love, that meet love, will be threatened by it. Have no fear. Remember that I am within you. Love is within you right now. It's not going to be tomorrow. It is here. It is now within you. You are love. Remember that. Embrace that deeply, deeply. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat, Christy. Bridget, thank you, Bridget, for that super chat. What is the name of my spirit guide and what message does she have for me? That's a wonderful question, Bridget. Again, close your eyes for a moment, Bridget. Just close your eyes for a moment and move your awareness into the physical heart, not the heart chakra center, into the physical heart. Feel the beating of your heart right now. Consider that the heartbeat, which you normally see, doot, 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 I am, I am, I am. Feel the spirit of love within you. Feel it with you. Feel how it changes when you recognize its presence. Feel how that changes when you recognize its presence within you. The name I'm being given to give you in terms of a spirit guide is an individual by the name of Marlin. Not Merlin, Marlin. M-A-R-L-Y-N. Marlin. Write that down. Yes. Speak the name very gently and feel how he presents around you. Well, thank you. Mary's asking, what do I need to understand about my partner and our relationship? Mary, if you've heard the message today, remember that if love is within you in the beating of your heart, then is it not also in your beloved? The same love in you is in them? That which beats your heart beats their heart and beats every heart on the planet. It's a very interesting common denominator, isn't it? That every single human body has a beating heart, and the same intelligence is beating our heart, which means we are all part of that same intelligence, and we execute our use of will differently, as Master Yeshua was saying earlier. We execute our use of free will very differently than we normally do. Hi, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Can we discuss issues with meditation? Well, yeah, we can discuss issues with meditation. Um, but you just have to present what you want to discuss. I mean, meditation is what is contemplating love. If you want to really get connected, go inside, rest in the vibration of your beating heart. The physical beating heart is the living word of God in your body. It says, I am with you. Contemplate on that. Meditate on that. Even the words, I am, your heartbeat. Doot, doot, I am, I am, I am, I am. Get close to it. That's why he wanted me to find my master, and I don't want to own anybody. That's exactly true. You don't have to. Thank you so much. If you want to, again, some of you, if I don't get your question, go to my Linktree link in my bio on TikTok or below any one of my live videos on my YouTube channel and click the Linktree link. You can get access to booking a one-on-one session with me, half-hour, 1-hour reading with me. You can also ask a single question, leave a tip in the tip jar. I'll be happy to answer your question that way. Really appreciated. Very much. Very, very much. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Rue's asking, may I get a message today? Rue, I hope you heard what was said. I go back and watch this live event, the replay of it on my YouTube channel. You're there now, I know, but watch the replay after the live event's finished. Watch the replay, because what he said, what Yeshua said, is the message you need to hear today. It really is, right? JJ, hello. Bible and Jesus say we have the authority to command sickness and such out of others. Can we apply it to ourselves too? Any elaboration from Jesus on his ways? He says, when you understand the use of the word, that in the word there must be no contradiction to the words spoken or the idea held in mind. There must be no contradiction. It is either complete or incomplete. That is, when you pronounce love upon another, that there is nothing that can stand in its way through the pronouncement of love, through the pronouncement of health and vitality. You are whole and you are complete. You are whole and you are complete. In the knowledge of the truth of these words when spoken, the result is inevitable unless the individual to whom you would offer such a gift would refuse it. A gift that is not received cannot be accepted. And so you have the will to accept or reject my gift. You have the will to accept or reject my gift. You are whole. You are complete. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, JJ, I do see your question. I saw the email. I'll be getting to that question today. Van Twinkle is asking, miraculous healings happen during sleep. You can set up an intention to allow it. That's very, very true. You can definitely do that. I've been crying a lot these days. Is there something I should know? Yes. I'm not sure how long you've been here today, what time you arrived, or what part of Yeshua's message you heard. But I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of it for you. Close your eyes, because remember, not all tears may be tears of sorrow. Some tears are tears of joy. If you've ever watched The Beloved, you know, the love of your life has gone off somewhere, they come back to you, and you weep with joy. Do not confuse the tears of unity with the illusion of separation. Again, move your awareness into your heart, into your physical heart, and feel the love that is there that gives you life. I am within you. He keeps saying these words to me to say to you guys, I am with you. I am with you. Close your eyes. You can know that by the beating of the heart. He's saying also to you, he wants to say, when I realize that I and the Father are one, then I became what many of you call the divine. but you too may join me in my house in realizing the same within yourself. Realize that. Close your eyes, move your awareness into your heart. Feel the love that's there saying, I am. I am. It's there right now in all of us. Thank you so much. Well, I'm really excited about today. Should I sell the grass dance outfit or make it fit Justin? I'm told to tell you it's important to ask Justin what Justin wants. Ask Justin what Justin wants. Sometimes it's good to give others a little room to decide and create as well. That's what I'm being told to tell you. So I'll keep it at that. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, I won't be bringing anybody on live today. I'll be resuming TikTok in the evening on Thursday, and I'll be bringing people live on Thursday, and we can do healings and answer questions and have a wonderful time on Thursday on TikTok. Loretta's asking, is there anything I need to know today? I'm not sure what time you got here, Loretta or Maria, but go back and watch the message that Yeshua gave at the beginning, because it's really simple, and I don't want to paraphrase it any more than I already have, as it's not the exact wording that he'd choose. But I will simply say that literally moving into the physical heartbeat and becoming aware that the act of your heart beating is the actual spoken living word of God within your body saying, I am with you. I am with you. Thank you. Yes, you are doing it. Somebody's saying, Yeshua, the work I do, you guide me what to do. Expect in the next few days, I'm ready. I say, yes, I am doing it. Wonderful. He says, yes, he will. And you'll know it. By love, you will know it. Is what Jesus did considered energy work? Yes, it is a form of Reiki. Understanding how thought, image, and word and vibration organize matter. Right? Reiki is the modern term for that. But he didn't just do the transmission of energy from hand. There was the spoken word as well. To understand that the word actually, when spoken, becomes flesh. When you say a word, it's now a physical word. So when you speak a word towards people, you're actually giving them the word. You affect people with your words, right? Thank you so much. I'm going to take one last question here, and I'm going to skedaddle for the day. Thank you for the good that you do. I should have known how to say that every day. Well, now you know. Now you know. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. Be kind. Be gentle. Hi, guys. Thank you so much. Hello, Kristen is asking, any message for me, William? Thank you. Again, I want to refer you back. Watch the replay of this on my YouTube channel and listen to the message. He gave very clear, simple instructions. And again, when you realize that you can abandon the master, but the master will never abandon you, whatever deity, whatever divine consciousness you cherish or honor, Ganesh or whatever it is you choose to honor and cherish and respect and adore, you can abandon it, but it will never abandon you. Love will never abandon you. It just won't. I want to wish you all a much wonderful and a joyful day. And I'll look forward to seeing everybody on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. For those of you on TikTok, I will see you guys tomorrow at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. By the way, you've got a little under 5 weeks left to register for Masterclass 101, which is an introduction to spiritual mediumship, how to connect your guides, your angels, ascended masters, the other beings that you're here to learn to work with and learn from. And you got 5 more weeks. A lot of you have been asking about the course. Well, we'll be reminding you every day. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Do not delay. Sign up for the course. You will learn how to connect to your guides, your angels, your ascended masters, the ones that you need to. You're not alone in this dimension. Even you might feel alone with the people not being so nice around you, but you are not alone. You have access to realms of information outside of what your senses are telling you. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, everybody. And I will see each and every one of you on Friday. Bye for now.